Hey, man, I gotta know. What are they biting on?
The end of my line. Here, try one of these finesse crawlers from D&D.
D&D baits are top quality baits in a large variety of colors and styles. D&D baits have been proven to work better than the national brands in the waters here in the Pacific Northwest. They create their baits custom to the water conditions. D&D makes the baits no one else will have. Catch D&D baits on Facebook. Land more fish.
All right, everybody, welcome to a full broadcast 24/7 sports news, live interviews, and mania coverage. As you guys watched the BKFC last night, Knuckle Mania, you would see that and Johnny's fight as that became the new champion of the 135 weight class. But I want to tell you guys something. My boy from 757, Reggie, Educated Hands, is here to give you guys some info and some feedback about this. Let's bring him on right now. What's up, Reg?
Oh, you couldn't hear me at first. Now I'm in the show. All right. So first of all, let's get this clear. That didn't become champion last night. That became the belt holder. There's a difference. Johnny was only the belt holder, right? You aren't the champion until you obtain the belts and then defend them. And then you are a champion. Then I will respect you as a champion. So the word 135-pound weight class, they can call it a champion all they want, whatever. It's just got another belt holder, right?
Okay.
And that has already expressed his delusional mindset to leave the 135-pound weight class and move on to, the first name he threw out was Joey Beltran, and we all know he's tripping. And of course he said moving up to 145, which is fine. If you are really that scared of fighting me and don't want to truly be considered the champion at 135, then run. We've been having this back and forth. And then the people commenting and saying, oh, it was distasteful for me to do what I did and get in the ring and whatever. I'm not giving Gwen that respect because he did not show that respect for me as a fighter or as a man. And so I will not return the same. And you could say, turn the other cheek, blah, blah, however you want to twist it, whatever. No. This is blood sport. This is the fight business, right? He knows that he didn't deserve that fight, for one. That's fact number one. Two, he ducked out of our fight, just avoided fighting me just so he could get that fight. Three, his merits on which he came into the league are false because you say, oh, he's an elite level boxer. He's got a 20-3 record. But how are you have a 20-3 record and 16-1 fighting somebody that's 3-1? You know what they call that? They call that padding. All right. Like, so you came into the league with a padded record. I came into the league off of hard work and skill. I earned my spot. I paid my dues from the tryouts to the first show and every other fight, win, lose, or draw. I have went out there and performed 6 times, right? You got 3 fights and you're the world champion? That's laughable to me. That's laughable to me.
So when I was watching this fight, it kind of made me go into like Reggie should be the one in that ring fighting for that belt. And because of that backing out his last fight with you, I don't think that showed a lot of respect to you as a fighter that you deserve to have that title shot. So what is going on? What's going on? Is this like going back and forth with David trying to get you a matchup with the title shot or something?
No, I mean, in all honesty, that had a contract within bare knuckle. I guess the agreement was for him to get a title shot at a certain time. Whatever, all that is past. It's done. Past, and it's water under the bridge. Whatever. Now is the present. All right, and so you're the belt holder, and that's what I'm going to continue to call you as the belt holder. You are not a champion.
So how is this? I saw you jump in that ring and started spatting at him, and
well, I mean, my last fight against Abdul Velasquez, he was yelling at my cornerman.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
The entire fight, he was yelling at my cornerman and in my corner and all that, right? So me getting in the ring at the end, I gave them respect of let them have their war, But you will not not get that shine for something that you did not truly earn? Because you should have fought me, period. You know, so now here it is. You are the belt holder. You got the 135-pound belts. Keep them polished for me and be a man and stand on everything that you said, right? And then again, even in the ring, you tried to say that I was beneath you. Those were your exact words on live television, that I was beneath you. How the heck do you consider me beneath you, right? When I have more wins than you, I have a real boxing record, whether I have losses on it or not. It's a real record. It's not a padded record, right?
So are we going to see
and I'm ranked higher than you in all 3 bare knuckle ranking spots? I was ranked higher than you, all 3. Which
so
only one really truly matters. So I mean, how do you and then and so now what it is, it boils down to what I said before. He's trying to belittle me as a person. You know, it's not about being a fighter, because as a fighter, I'm not beneath you at any level. You can't make that claim, right? So now it's back to what I originally said, and the comments that were made directed towards my wife and my family. You're trying to carry yourself like you're so much better than me as a human being, which is not the truth. And me personally, I don't carry myself if I'm better than anybody else. I'm no better than you as a human being, Dad. I'm a better fighter. And if you man up and get in that square circle with me, I'm going to prove that. But as a human being, no. I don't consider myself better than you. I have a family to feed. I have children to raise. You know, I'm doing what I have to do to take care of mine, just like you are. So, and I'm not going to knock the next man for that.
Do you remember the last show that we had when I popped you in there, when I guess all the talk was about, all you care about was the money? That's him. That's him. That's all he wants is the money. And that's why he ran from boxing, because he thought that he deserved more than what they were trying to pay him. And it's like, bro, your record was padded. Yeah, they're going to pay you what you deserve for a padded record. Right. So you're the belt holder. You should get paid what you deserve for being the belt holder, because you're not the champion yet. So if you run the day demanding champion pay, that's crap. You got 3 fights. You just holding on to the belt. Prove that you're really the best at 135 pounds. And then I think Dave should pay you whatever demanding money or whatever you want, you know? Put it, y'all throw it in the contract. If you can beat me, truly beat me, let them throw it in there, give you whatever crazy bonus money you need to fight me. Because if that's what it's really about for you. Because me, I'm building a legacy for people behind me who know my struggle, have seen what I've gone through, known what I've overcome, and see me on a day-to-day basis continue to strive for greatness. In a world that is uncertain, because it is. And I still keep pushing. Yeah, shout out to Steve Tyson. I seen it. You know, so what I was when I explained to everybody about the matchup and everything that's been going on with BKFC, your record, you fought 6 fights, I believe, so far, and you're 5-1.
5-1, yeah.
5-1, right? So you have more experience with the fights. You're 5-0 the last 5 fights. I think the first fight you lost against Johnny, right?
Yeah, I was 4-0, and then I lost to Johnny. I'm 2-0 in my last 2 fights with 1 TKO. You know, because somebody was like, "Oh, how's he going to jump in there and claim to fight Dad? He needs to fight somebody, for real." Remember when Dad said, "Oh, I need to beat Abby Velasquez to fight him"? Right? He said that in the interview. Yeah, I got to beat Abby to fight him. Well, guess what, Dad? I destroyed Abby, and I'm going to destroy you in the same fashion. If you fight me anyway like you fought Johnny Bedford last night, either one of y'all would have fought me like that. Y'all would have got knocked out. I'm not this. And then everybody's like, "Oh, well, Johnny Bedford destroyed you." Yes, I lost the fight. It happens. People lose fight, right? And then you see fighters come back and destroy the same person that beat them. You want to know what that's called? That's called growth. That's called development. And that's exactly what I have done. And my last 2 fights showed that growth and development. And do you think it just stopped? No. I'm one of the best bare knuckle fighters on the face of the planet. And I prove it every time I go out. Not by winning or losing, but the fact that I bring something new to that squared circle every time.
I watched every fight you had. Yet you're
Every
dead
time
right on.
I bring something new to that squared circle. If I make a mistake, I don't do something right, I'm not executing, something didn't go right in the fight, we go back, we work on it, we fix it, we add new tools, and we come back better every time. So y'all those claiming, oh, Johnny dragged you. Johnny won't drag me again. And Johnny knows that he wouldn't drag me again. I have nothing but the utmost respect for the champion. And we've had this conversation before. We know that it would be a completely different fight.
So what everybody's thinking about now, which ever since the posts I've been seeing and everything, a lot of people, there's a few, I would say maybe 30% think that there's going to be a matchup between you and Johnny to decide who will fight for the belt, which I don't think that's not going to happen. I think you deserve the shot now, since that is holding it. So how's this going to play out? I think the next fight's in March.
I am not rematching with Johnny for a title shot at that. Because regardless, I'm still ranked number 1 in the world. I don't just get bumped down out of my ranking. Johnny goes behind me. That goes to the assumed champion. So I'm next in line.
Okay.
Period.
So that's why I've been.
Look, I'm finna write the narrative for you, right? Because not a lot of people heard or whatever. One, I congratulated that when I got in the ring. I said, you acquired the belts. Congratulations. You can have your little moment, but those are my belts, and you know it because I'm coming to take them from you. And nobody could understand. I didn't understand. That was literally standing right in front of me. And other than like every other word, I really couldn't understand what he was saying. So I simply told him, and I asked the crowd too. I was like, did y'all know what he just said? I was standing right there and I didn't even understand what he was trying to say. But regardless, I told him, you got 6 months to make up your mind, which is more time than he should be allowed anyway.
That's what the
right. That's me being the earnest fighter that I am and the kind of person that I am. Let him have his shine. Let his family celebrate and bask in his victory and his accomplishment. I don't want to take that away from nobody. But at the same time, it means, and I've said it again, and I'll repeat it over and over again until y'all understand it. If he does not stand on his words, one, you said you was going to slap me when you saw me. It never happened, right? Two, right, you tried to discredit me as a human being for the things that I did in my past. But guess what? The world already knows what I've done, where I've come from, and what I've been through, and that these things have made me the person that I am today to perform, one, to perform at the capacity that I do, and then two, because I can perform at that capacity, have the platform to reach other people and let them know that changing their stars like I did mine is absolutely possible. And the third thing is, where was I? Remind me what we were on, Jeff. I'm so passionate about this, bro. You have no idea. If you don't fight me, everything that you do from yesterday, right? You acquiring the belts. If you run off to 135, 145, if you stop fighting bare knuckle and move back to boxing or whatever you decide to do, if you do not fight me, it proves what I said, that you are a coward, and that a coward, not a real fighter, because we know that your boxing record is padded. And everything that you do from that point on is null and void. It means nothing. You have truly accomplished nothing if you continue to duck me and not fight me. And you have to live with that.
So he has to wait 6 months before he could defend the title against you?
No, he doesn't have to wait 6 months. I'm allowing him 6 months.
Okay. So
I'm allowing him 6 months. And that was just me being like, yo, I'm going to let you heal up. That was a tough fight, enjoy your victory, blah, blah, blah. But you have 6 months to make up your mind, because I'm not going to chase you and I'm not going to wait. And in that time frame, the world will know what I said. You're a coward and not a real fighter. Or you can fight me and prove me wrong. And that's okay, right? I'm a man. I stand on everything that I do and everything that I say. So if I lose that fight, right here in this interview, share it with the world. If I lose to Dak Quinn in that world title fight, forget David Feldman presenting him the belts. I will present him his belts myself.
Hey,
But it's not going to happen.
Man, I've watched my last 2 interviews with you guys, and that doesn't seem the person that would what's that say? He promised words that he's going to do something that he doesn't do. You know what I mean? So I don't know which way that's going to go, but I think he's afraid of you. That's what I think. I don't think he wants. That's why I think he backed out and just go straight to Johnny, because he knows that you could beat him.
I'm a more dangerous fight for him than Johnny was. And both of them looked sloppy as hell last night. It looked like a drunken brawl or whatever you want to call it. That's come on, these are the 2 best bare knuckle fighters at 135 in the world. A drunken bar brawl? That's what y'all want? Or do you want somebody with some educated hands that goes out there and just picks people apart, makes them bloodied and battered, and either they quit or they get knocked out? It's either that. I don't need to knock people out. When I beat you, I have beat you. I have broken your will.
So what? So are we going to see you fighting in March, or is this title fight's going to have to wait with whatever David has?
I don't believe that's going to be ready to turn around and fight me in March. I mean, that's just a delusional expectation. I'm not going to, even fantasize about that. Dave said I could fight in March. I had other plans since they're both talking about running off to another weight class, dropping down to 125. I can make the weight. I'm actually a super featherweight in boxing. I box at 128. So making 125, I'm not about waiting for them. I'll make some noise. I'll go to a whole nother weight class and take that over, and then come back and get my straps. Well,
that sounds pretty interesting. I'd like to see that one.
But in all honesty, I'm writing the narrative right now, Jeff. This is what it should be. April 16th in Miami, Florida, which is Dak's backyard again, right? Because I'm not scared to go in another man's backyard and beat him up. I've done it plenty of times. And in all honesty now, right, if we went to Miami after the weekend I had and the experiences, shout out to Kid Jitta, shout out to my buddy Warren, shout out to my sponsors, Dan Warren, in Miami. Thank you guys so much for hosting me, taking care of me. Shout out to Goat Shed MMA Academy for hosting me, letting me come over and get a good workout in. Thank you guys so much for just having me. I got fans in Miami now. I got a spot to go train in Miami now, right? So I'm it's neutral territory now. And also shout out to Hector Lombard, because I would have never got that connection without him. I called Hector and I said, hey, I'm flying into Miami. Do you think I could come train with you for a day or so before I head out to the event? He said, you fam, champ, come through. So I called him that morning. He was already on his way to the event. He said, you family, go to the gym, get you a sweat in. That's the kind of love that we have in the BKFC family for each other. But that is not included in that love, because he doesn't have the respect for other people as human beings the same way that we do.
I was about to say that.
He doesn't reciprocate or get that kind of love from everybody. But you know what? It's okay. All that stuff doesn't even really matter. Either we're going to fight or we're not. The narrative is April 16th in Miami, Florida. Reggie Barnett Jr. versus Dat Be Dat. I'm not going to put it on there because my mother asked me to. You're very welcome for that, Mom. For the 435-pound championship. I'm going to beat Dat. I'm going to take the belts, right? Jared Grant, because they threw his name out there a few times, maybe I'll fight him in March or maybe I'll fight him in April, blah, blah, blah. I have the utmost respect for Jared. I'm ready. I don't think he's on my level yet. He needs another fight to transform. I feel like he should be tested like I was tested and get past the animal. If he can get past the animal and I'm going to get past that, then there's your next 135-pound championship fight. And there I will solidify. I will become the first ever Police Gazette BKFC true champion, because I'm going to win the belts, and then I'm going to defend them, and then I'm going to defend them again against anybody else who thinks that they can take them from me. And if I feel like it, I'll go down to 125 and beat up whoever their champion is, take his belts to.
Yeah, that's well said, man.
In all honesty, it's not even about the straps. I told you I'm trying to be the greatest of all time, and I take, like I said, I take nothing away from Johnny, but it's kind of a relief that he's got that one loss on his record now. Now we're tied for the most amount of wins and losses in the league. So I still am able to achieve that GOAT status. You know, it doesn't put me out of the running for it. I can write the narrative for it, and I just wrote it for you. That's what it should be. You know? So that's what it should be. And so we'll see how it plays out. Like I said, I'm a team player. Am I going to sit here and twiddle my thumbs and do nothing in the meantime? No, I'm the USBU champion. I'm supposed to do a title defense. So if that's going to take his time and drag his feet on, you know, I'm going to do what champions do, and I'm going to go defend my USBU title in boxing, and of course come back and do what I'm better at, where my heart is at. Everybody knows my heart is in bare knuckle, but I'm a champion in another sport, and actually the only BKFC fighter on the entire roster that is a champion in another sport. And I will do what a champion is supposed to do: defend my belt, come back, take that straps, defend those, defend them again, and history is written. And that's going to be the course of it. My mind, my goal set is locked and loaded. I will not be deterred.
So I was going to ask you, the picture behind you, is that a picture of you?
Yeah.
So that would be a great picture for the Hall of Fame for bare knuckle right there. I like that picture. That's pretty cool banner.
I got quite a few banners, man. I hang up a different one for different interviews. You know, we have a banner for the Dat fight that we never even took out the package. I got a whole outfit. That I never even, shout out to all my sponsors we got a whole championship outfit that's never even been taken out of the package. I got a pair of gold shoes. They're going to look so sweet on my feet when I'm out there dancing circles around and beating the crap out of that.
Yeah. So, and dude, that fight, what you think about that fight? I mean, it's like that fight was kind of like you agree, it looked like a bunch of guys just in there like they're drunk and just not really. No skill came out in that fight until the 4th and the 5th round. And the skill came out from Dat because he knew that what he was trying to do, which was go in there and beat Johnny in a brawl, wasn't working anymore, right? And he stepped back and started using his boxing a little bit, right? The difference is I'm not a brawler, I'm not a boxer, I'm a bare knuckle fighter. There's a big difference. So how's your training been going? I haven't seen you in a BKFC fight event yet. Or could be a good chance we'll see you in March, or are you gonna wait till April?
March, if we fight in March, we're going down to 125. Plain and simple. I'm not gonna. There's nobody else that I need to beat up in the 135-pound weight class. And I feel like I should go down to 125 and go ahead and grab that belt. There's a couple undefeated bare knuckle fighters at 125. If they want to run it, I'm down with it. If not, like I said, I'm cool with waiting till April. I'm gonna go ahead and defend my boxing title. Do what a champion does and defends his belt and solidifies that he is a champion. And then I'll come back and do what I need to do. April 16th in Miami, Florida. Let's get it done. Why? I mean, there shouldn't even be no bullshit. Oh, my bad. That's my first curse word I dropped. Sorry, y'all. Oh, so good.
Hey, you should have heard Joe's interview. He cussed more than you did.
I know. That should be the fight right there. April 16th, Miami, Florida. Me versus that.
Before we get off this show, what's the last thing you want to say to Dat right now?
Stand on it.
Hopefully he keeps his word, man. It's just frustrating. A lot of your fans, your coaches, your sponsors, man,
But you know what? I'm not the one, at the end of the day, I'm not the one who has to live with that. You know, I don't lose sleep. I'm not in the bed. Oh, you won't fight me. You won't fight me, man. I'm whatever. I have other entities, other businesses, things that I'm working on in my life. We just dropped my house gear. Just dropped the Educated Hands brand. So look out for the link coming out tomorrow. Go ahead and get you that Educated Hands and that Easy Gear support. 15% of all my quarterly sales go to my local LBC number 12. So that's my way of giving back to my community. So like I said, I'm not just out here. I ain't about the money. I'm not fighting for the money. I'm using my platform to make money to help to give back to other people. The kids don't have the opportunities to travel. There are no fights here in Virginia. So all the kids here in Virginia are training and have to travel to fight. So what is Easy going to do? I'm going to donate some of the money that I make off of my gear bought by my fans to make sure that the kids, and not just the kids in 7x7 boxing. No, I said the entire LBC, which means that all the kids, all the gyms that fall under that LBC can have a little bit of that money to help them travel so that those kids can get fighting. My hope is that the teams, the different gyms here in Virginia, are so used to fighting each other. You got this gym in Hampton and this gym in Chesapeake and then this gym in Norfolk, and the kids fight each other, that there are no events here. So we need to get all these kids together and take them out and let them fight kids in different states that they're letting have events. That's why I want to make sure that I move forward as far as that project. So there's a purpose, there's a mission behind this, and I'm going to keep striving towards it. And anybody that gets in my way in that squared circle is going to feel it. Plain and simple. We know what the fight is. We know what the date is. Are you going to man up? Are you going to stand on it? Yeah. Stand on it.
All right. So before I got one question from somebody. I want to know, what was your favorite fight last night?
The first fight. What is you talking about? I could have watched the first fight and be like, I'm good. I got my blood fixed for the night and went home. That fight was absolutely amazing. And you want to know why? Because it was the first time those two girls had ever fought bare knuckle. They came out slinging them things, no control, just in there brawling, bloodied and battered each other, and then ran out of gas, both of them. So then they had no power to knock each other out. So you know what happens when you're hitting somebody and you don't have enough power to knock them out with the bare knuckle? They start swelling up more. They start cutting more. They start bleeding more. The fans got what they wanted. That's a bare knuckle fight. And so you can't, and almost the same in the Johnny and Dad fight. Almost the same. Some people said that fight was closer. Some people say that Johnny won. You got to beat the champ to beat the champ. Some people say Dad won. I personally had it a draw, and I felt like I'm sitting there with my buddy Warren, and we're like, yo, this should be the inaugural championship sudden death round. And he's like, nah, bro. If they made them, both of them would be like, nah. But I'm thinking in the back of my mind, that fight was way too close. Let this be the inaugural sudden death for a championship fight. And I was hoping for it, and then they pulled them together, and they announced that Dat won by unanimous decision. And I was like, what fight were y'all watching? Because either way it went, they didn't win by it. Neither one of them won that fight by unanimous decision. That was a split. It was a split decision.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know what the refs go by.
Won that fight by unanimous decision. It wasn't possible. Either way you looked at the fight, in between there was a draw round, and both of them won 2 rounds.
Hey, give it a second. Your phone's breaking up a little. Hang on.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good, man. You're good. So, like I told everybody, I wanted to get you on my show today and express your feelings and what you felt about these past 4 months, especially with that backing out on you, man. It's like, I'm from 757. You're my boy. I will back you up 100%, man. So hopefully we get this fight going.
Like I said, the ball's in his court. We got the date. We know the date, April 16th. Are you going to stand there on it? You going to stand there or not? Or what? You going to go and run to Dave and beg him for extra money to take the ass whooping I'm about to give you? Because if that's what you need, I got sponsors that are willing to throw you a little extra change to get in there, take a few extra punches if that's what you really, really want. because I'm building a legacy here, man. When all is said and done, Jeff, they're gonna look at my life and be like, damn, that man came from the lowest of the low. He beat himself because, you know, most of it was self-inflicted, down so low, and he climbed out the pit to show the world that it's possible that you can. And I've brought in plenty of people out the pit with me. You know, I don't sit here and try to gloat on that. But when I get those messages and those texts from the people that I've inspired or, you know, helped shape their life or change their life in some way, it makes me know I'm on the right path. And I'm sorry that I don't do everything, you know, according to how the fans and the people and the naysayers wish it would be. But I was telling somebody earlier, a lot of people, you know, and this isn't like a shun on people or anything, couldn't have walked the path that I took to get to where I am. You wouldn't have survived it, because a few times I didn't know how I survived it. All right. And so I'm pushing and I'm moving forward to show other people that it is possible to survive some of those paths. So, and nothing is going to deter me from that. Nothing will deter me from that. I have a purpose in life. I remember when I didn't have a purpose, when I didn't know what I was going to do, who I was going to be, or if I was even going to live to a certain point. So I'm going to live this life to the fullest. I'm going to continue to work hard every day of my life. I'm going to continue to try to inspire other people to change their star. And every time I have the opportunity to go out there and perform in combat sports, it does not matter which one, I'm going to leave it all in the ring, the cage, or the squared circle, because I do it all. I'm a fighter, and fighters fight.
Yep. So I want to thank your mom for letting you come on and taking the time to being on my show to let everybody around the world how you're feeling about this fight and what's going to happen, and just telling it like it is. That's what I love about you, man. Representing 757. So would you like to say anything to your sponsors or anything before we get off here?
There's so many of them. Definitely Short Construction. Shout out to Nate Price. J&K Style Grill. We'll go down the list. Match Bow, Gordon Customs, Fight Hits MMA, Travis Lee Institute, Key Customs. Where did I miss anybody? Did she send you the list? She always send me the list. Look, did you hear my daughter through the door? She's freaking awesome, yo. This is a family thing. Cryo Spa, and Joiner Driving School. I think I got them all today. If I missed one of y'all, Damware, definitely, like I said earlier, shout out to my people at Damware. Grindstone Athletics, Chase and Tom. You know, we are, man, if I can't even share y'all what I was telling people is what I love about this sport is it's still in the innovative stage, right? They just went out there and fought the old school, you know, we're just gonna go out here and slug this crap out and whoever beats each other. No, that's not the educated hands way. You know, I bring something new to this sport every time I step in that squared circle, and I will continue to do so for as long as I am a fighter. And then I want to say, of course, shout out to Dave Feldman, Dave Jr., Nate Shook, all y'all over there at the BKFC family, looking out, hosting. We had a great time. The event. And then congratulations to Britton Hart. You shocked the world. I always say I kicked open the doors that some of these fighters are walking through, and I couldn't be so more proud that you strutted through that bad boy and McGregor style. Hey, whatever you want to call it. So congratulations on your victory, young lady. Well deserved. Stand up, VA. Y'all better give that lady a round of applause. She did what she said she was going to do. She stood on it. Yep. She stood on it. And that's all you can ask for somebody. Fail, succeed. That's not what it is. It's stand on who you are, what you are as a person, period. So that's all I got. I'm about to go. And honestly, it feels like it's a Sunday. It's fast as this weekend went because I flew out on Friday. I mean, on Wednesday. Oh, man. See, look, I said I flew out on Friday. I flew out on Wednesday. I'm tired, Jeff. Thank you so much for having me on. To all my fans, family, supporters, thank you guys so much for the love and support. Your drive and your passion for me continues to fuel my drive and my passion for life in this sport and for y'all. To all my haters, to all my doubters out there, thank you. I appreciate it. Wait till I get my hands on that. I bet you'll never doubt me again. Good night, y'all.
Yep. Thank you for being on full broadcast, sir. Have a good night, man. 757,
You too,
baby. All right, guys. You heard it from educated hands. Reggie Barnett. I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm from the 757 Norfolk area. This guy is true words, man. He's helping kids in the boxing gym, staying out of trouble. He's helping them to get to fights around the areas, like out of state stuff. You gotta give this guy a pat on the back. He's much respected by me, and that I hope you come to senses that you would give Reggie his shot at the title, and you enjoy your holding your belt like this and your sunglasses. Enjoy your belt because it's going bye-bye because Reggie is going to take that belt from you. So, all right, guys, I want to thank everybody, my sponsors. Let's get them up here. I'd like to thank Steve Tyson, the Hitman, for bringing everybody, fighters on my show to help me get fighters to tell their stories, their past, and everything that they want to say on the show. You're great help, Steve Tyson. Thank you very much for all the support you give me. And also, I'd like to thank, let me get it up here. Here we go. Eves. Unique Craft by Eve. Evelyn Washington. You guys saw my stuff in the background. She personalizes gifts and crafts. She'll personalize your logo. She can do hats, shirts, mugs, wine glasses, you name it, even a face mask. She would be glad to help you out. Just email her, give her a call, text her. She's got a website right here at www.uniquecraftsbyeve.com. Let me show you my background real quick. Boom. I got a flag, beer mug, wine, the handkerchief, you name it. She can make sure it's for you guys. I appreciate all her support and helping me out. And also we got D&D Baits. If you look on the right hand side of the corner, he makes custom baits. Good bait, really good quality baits. If you guys want some good baits, he also has ones that glow in the dark, color baits, you name it. You get some good fish with these baits. Check them out at dndbaits.com. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody watching my show and enjoy Reggie Educated Hands to tell his story and what it was like to get in that ring and tell that he wants that shot at that title. And that strap is coming back to 757. So everybody and around the world, thank you for watching Fuller Broadcast 24/7 sports news, live interviews, and media coverage. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow morning with some street beat fighters. Have a good night from the Fuller Broadcast Show. Peace out. Boom.